So the only way we can heal is by acknowledging that we've got that to do. I feel like I've literally just been going blah, 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 blah. It's one of my favorite one-liners. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lucy Davis, and we've only got 2 days left of 2023. It's quite exciting what's going on, isn't it? I've woken up today on the 30th of December with a whole new revamped energy. I didn't realize that I was in a bit of a slumber until today. And I bounced out of bed, even though I had quite a late night last night. I bounced out of bed and went to the gym and had an amazing workout. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious me, Lucy Davis, you've been in a slumber for a few weeks. So, ladies and gents, I'm really excited to say that I am back. I am firing on all cylinders. I thought I was, but clearly I wasn't, because I feel very different today. Now, I was told about a week ago, walking along the beach, I got a message come through that I needed to do a 2024 energy forecast for the whole year. Gulp was my response. Honestly, I've never done one of these before, and I'm a bit nervous about doing it. I'm going to be honest with you, because I've never done one before. And when I was channeling, I was bouncing all over the place. So I'm not going to say that the order that I'm going to give you this video in is going to be from start to finish. Like, there may be higgledy-piggledy all over the place. I've literally just done a dump of 2024, and how it comes out is how it comes out, ladies and gents. So please, please, please do bear that in mind. Please do not think that the first things that I talk about are going to happen instantly. Now, before I step into this video, I have actually already done a January 2024 update, and that is on my YouTube channel. So please do head over and check that out. That's much more specific for just January, for what is coming imminently. So if you want, if you want to know what's coming in the coming days or whatever, please, please, please do head over there and check that out. Also, whilst I've got you, a number of people have been reaching out about Soul School and about how to get tickets and can they still get tickets. There is limited on sale. I haven't checked the numbers today, but I will be doing that over the next couple of days, and I will let you guys know on the video that I do on Monday the 1st of January to kickstart the new year super strong with you guys. I'll have the numbers, and I will let you guys know how many tickets are left at that point. Please, please, please do, though, if you want to come along to Soul School, please just get yourselves involved. We have got one heck of a lineup for you. And it's fascinating that it is very much in line with the 2024 energies. Of course, it's just bizarre. I channeled all the information weeks and weeks ago for Soul School. My team were very impressed with me, and yeah, basically, some of the energies that have come in for this it's really, really aligned. So of course I shouldn't be surprised, but I am, because still every day I'm like, really? I predicted that. Like, how did I know? I will never get how I do what I do, which is why I don't teach people how I do what I do. I just teach people how to love themselves, and then by default, all of the gifts come online. So if you do want to come to Soul School, please do check out the description field. And likewise, ladies and gents, if you want to check out my website, if you want to join my mailing list, and I suggest you do that, there's going to be loads of incentives this year, loads of free stuff, free ways how to work with me and get in my communities. And I've got so many giveaways this year because I just feel like giving back. So yeah, please do check that out. All of my social media is in the description, and everything you could possibly want to, obviously, the ways to connect with me. And you can also get a free 15-minute call with my head coach, the beautiful Morwenna. If you just go on my website and just fill out the form, she will be there to guide you as to whatever direction you need to go in. So without further ado, ladies and gents, welcome to the 2024 energy update. Now, like I was saying a short time ago, I have never done one of these before in the whole year. So I've got notes. There's a lot of notes. I don't know how long this video is going to go on for, but chances are it's going to be quite a biggie. Now, my notes are very comprehensive. Like, I've put a load of examples and things like that. So like I say, it might take a while for us to go through this. But without further ado, let's get started. So the reason I got shown that I had to do this video was they were sharing with me that, you know, we've done a massive part of the cleansing. We really have done a massive part of the cleansing through 2023. So first and foremost, we should be very, very, very proud of ourselves for what we've done. But now it's time for change. If you thought we'd already had change, if you thought we'd already been through enough, we're going to keep on going for 2024. The key message, and this is a message that I started, you know, saying at Soul School number 3 in Birmingham in November. So this has obviously been channeling through me for a while. The message for 2024 is go all in. It's one of my favorite one-liners by all accounts for the last 2 months. So go all in. This year is going to be a transformational year. There's going to be revelations, there's going to be revolutions. The potential of what we have is right at our fingertips, and we are starting to get the memo, and we are starting to come online to it. So it is one heck of a powerful, powerful time. I am being shown that there is going to be a massive amount of healing, particularly around the shadow elements of ourself. Now, you might think, well, what else have we got to heal? You know, there's health and there's wealth and there's all sorts of things like that. But it's really about our shadow. And what I would really like you guys to get, and I actually had a beautiful conversation with somebody very, very close to me today. And the message is, every single one of us has a shadow side. Every single one of us. I do, you do, all the spiritual mentors out there. Anybody that says they don't have a shadow side is telling you porcupines, okay? They're telling you fibs. So please just acknowledge that. Every single one of us has a shadow side. And actually, we get our gifts from the shadow side. The shadow is actually where we get our growth. If everything was all love and light and, you know, hunky-dory and all funky all of the time, then we wouldn't actually be growing. Normally, when we get triggered, what comes to the other side of being triggered is a massive amount of healing. And this is why I'm grateful to anybody that triggers me, anybody, like no matter how small or large, which doesn't happen very often. It's only one person seems to be able to trigger me. And that's in a really beautiful way. Like, honestly, it's in an absolute beautiful way. It's somebody in my family. But it's like I say, they are the biggest. They're my biggest teacher. It's absolutely, absolutely incredible. So please do not forget that you have a shadow side. Please acknowledge it, and please recognize 2024. The key message for 2024 is we cannot pretend that it's other people's fault. It's our fault. We have to take the whole responsibility for whatever it is. And my question that I ask myself every single time I get to a point where I'm like, that's happened is, okay, why did I call that in? Now, imagine a world, if we started 2024 going into absolutely everything saying, okay, why have I called that in? Why did I ask for this experience? Imagine the change in the world by the end of 2024. And this is the message. During this year, all of the anger has had to come to the surface. So in 2023, anger has had to come to the surface because most people pretended that they didn't have any. Most people have been pretending that they've got their stuff together. And so this year, it had to have the nurturing of the anger, of the insecurities, of all of the other things that have come up, so that we can actually really, really step forward in our healing journey. And that is 2024. You know, we've created a shift. Now it's time to really embody that shift. It's time for healing. It's time to recognize what elements of you are holding you back, what elements of you are keeping you safe. You know, and I want to be honest with you guys. You know, I kept myself safe for 6 years staying out of relationships. It was safe. I learned to depend on myself. I learned to become, you know, highly successful on my own, which I have been, you know, most of my adult life, but it's not the point. I chose to stay safe by staying out of relationships. I am now in the most beautiful, beautiful connected relationship that is completely reciprocal. And, you know, the healing that is taking place between the two of us is absolutely unbelievable. And it's time for that. 2024 is, and no surprise, relationships are going to be a massive thing for 2024, but it's time to recognize where your healing is required. And I've made no secret that it's in intimate relationships for many years. And it's about finding that safe space. It's about finding that place whereby you can anchor. Now, that may be out in nature, that may be in the ocean, that could be, you know, in the arms of your partner. Like, it could change, it could be interchangeable, it could be absolutely anything. But we have to recognize that healing is the aim of the game for 2024. So the only way we can heal is by acknowledging that we've got that to do. Head in sand is not gonna get us the results for 2024. And this year is the pivotal year. 2025, 2026, life is going to look very, very different. I've started channeling information for 2025, which is quite weird as well. So time is going to be speeding up even further. And I truly believe that this is for a couple of reasons. So first and foremost, we are shifting in frequency. So as we're rising, of course, like, things are happening in a much quicker rate. But also, as the world is waking up further, what we are doing is we're really starting to let go of linear time. We're starting to immerse. We're starting to be a lot more present. Like, I haven't worn a watch in years. I often stumble across my watch and I'm like, oh, I really love it. It's so beautiful. But I don't need to know the time. Like, I wake up when I wake up. I never set an alarm, you know, unless I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning for some reason. Then I do it just to make sure I don't oversleep. But the thing is, I always wake up before it, so I don't really need to set it. But it's, you know, it's a loop. So we are going to be speeding up. The higher frequency we're going to be going, the higher in consciousness we're going to be going, the faster things are going to be going also, which is really fascinating. Now, I've had a few different perspectives coming through me about this frequency shift. And I'm going to actually save those for another day. I'm going to save that for another video. Actually, I was going to go into them, but I'm going to save it for another video. So please do hold me to that. So a massive focus for 2024, as I just alluded to, is relationships, partnerships. Now, that could be in intimate relationships, it could be friendships, it could be business partnerships, it could be mother-daughter relationship, it could be any of those things. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about relationships and partnerships. Now, a massive push in the healing journey is going to be about removal of the victim consciousness. Okay, so like I said, I just kept pulling in different areas. So the main focus areas that we're looking at here are relationships, partnerships, removal of victim consciousness, i.e. the healing. Technology is going to be massive through 2024. Gender. Yes, there's going to be a lot more focus on gender. There's going to be a lot of noise. There's going to be quite a lot of rebellion around that area. And also finances. Finances are going to be big through 2024. People are going to be really faced with dealing with their shadow in these areas. Another area that's going to be really focused on as well is authenticity. Now, when I was like, I talk a lot about authenticity, but they kept giving me the word identity. So I've written that down because I guess if you know who you are, you can be authentic. If you don't know who you are, if you're an actor or an actress, or you wear a mask, or you've not been living in 100% in alignment to, you know, how you should be, or you are resonant with, then that's obviously going to come up in a big way. We are going to have a surge towards being much more compassionate, much more loving, much more harmonious. Now, the reason we're stepping towards these vibrations is because our frequency is increasing on the planet. And if the frequency is increasing, we actually need to make a choice whether we're going to go to love or fear. Now, I've said this a number of times through the year. I'm a poet and I don't know it, that we have to make a choice. Love and fear cannot coexist in the same place. It physically cannot happen. So we need to be making a choice now. Now, I'm choosing love. That doesn't mean that I don't have difficult conversations. I'm just like floating around, oh, everything's love and light. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm choosing love. I make sure that everybody I love knows every single day without fail. I've sent the messages that I've encouraged you guys to do, to just let somebody know that you love them. I've done that side of things because this is resonant with me and the vibration and the direction that I want to take my life in. I do not want to be surrounded by fear. I do not want, and when I talk about fear, that is anger, hurt, shame, control, resentment, any of those things, any lack, that's what I'm talking about there, okay? Right. Now, I spoke briefly about finances, and I feel that there's going to be a big push towards digital in 2024. And I actually feel that we are at crisis point on this, okay? I feel that we're stepping into a much more communist, like on the 3D level, we're stepping much more into a communist kind of control. And that's a choice at the end of the day. Now, people say to me all the time, no, Lucy, this is just the agenda. Like, I don't get involved in any of that stuff. I don't get involved in the farmers or the currencies, or like, I don't get involved in any of it. I do my life and I trust. And I set the intention that because I'm choosing to live in a higher vibrational state, I'm choosing to live in higher consciousness, that none of that stuff is going to affect me. And with all due respect, ladies and gents, it doesn't. You know, it really, really doesn't. And it hasn't done. I stepped away from that kind of vibration back in March 2021. And so, you know, I've been walking my talk for 2.5 years, nearly 3 years. And it was the best decision that I ever made, because my life became a lot more peaceful. My life became a lot more colourful. My life became a lot more treasured, a lot more peaceful. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had many situations through 2023 to test that peace. Am I really wanting to live in peace, or do I want to step into drama? And every single time, as soon as the drama started occurring, I ran in the opposite direction. You know, like, it's very, very important. I have been talking about the collapse of currencies for quite some time, and I'm going to say it here. In 2024, I see the collapse of currencies. Maybe I should reword that. I see the currencies going back to their original. So the euro is a very good example of this. My team would vouch for this. I've been talking about the euro. I see the euro being disbanded for quite some time. And I feel if it's not 2024, it's going to be very, very early in 2025. Now, that doesn't mean it's time to panic, ladies and gents. All of this stuff is happening for us, although it might feel at the time, oh my goodness, I feel lost, I feel this, I feel that, you know, this is uncomfortable. Please know that it is going to end up being very, very beneficial for us. Now, as I spoke earlier about healing, we're closing out our past timelines to make way for the new, okay? So all of the old themes have to be cleared out of the way. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm talking about systems. I'm talking about our healing journey. I'm talking about our ego, our shadow self. We have to be aware of what it is that is going on. Now, I've been doing some work recently, and the person's health has been in a very interesting, precarious position, I'm going to say, because of, you know, thousands of years ago, like a past life from thousands of years ago. So it's time to release all of this. It is time to forgive. 2024 is about recognizing your loops. Like I like to call them loops, you know, the things that hold you back, your procrastinations, the self-sabotage, and then leaning into, right, you know, how can I make sure that that doesn't happen anymore? So this healing is going to be massive. Now, as much as the healing is going to be massive, you know, like I could literally probably have done this a lot better and put it into categories and then gone into deeply about it, but I'm just reading this out as I channeled it. So we are expecting, and I think this is going to be in the first half of 2024, if I'm going to put a timeline on it, a massive humanitarian shift. Now, what do I mean by that? An awakening like we have never seen on the planet before. This awakening is going to totally change the world. We need to collapse everything that was so that we can step into everything that will be. And that's going to happen by everybody, like I was saying earlier, recognizing that they are the creator of their reality, recognizing that when they focus on fear and they perpetuate the drama, that's actually what they're going to have in their lives. Whereas if you are focusing on higher consciousness and having empathy for that over there, you know, but not getting involved in it, that's when you are going to shift and you are going to be able to really, really serve the world and really take this life, you know, this human existence that we're living to a whole new level. I want to be honest, though, during this time of awakening, we're going to go back a couple of years in the sense that people are going to start to call you crazy. There will be anger, there will be rebellion, there will be purging. There is going to be a real division between people that are waking up and people that are still really clinging on to the old reality. Now, I've said this many times. I don't know if I've ever said it publicly, but I'm going to say it publicly. I truly believe that there are a lot of soulless people on the planet. And these are probably going to be the ones that make it challenging for us. Okay. Now, if somebody makes it challenging for you, please do not sit there and go, oh, they must be soulless. They must be soulless. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But I do feel that there is going to be this divide with people that can be controlled against those that are just recognizing that they are creating a real doom and gloom reality for themselves. This awakening cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped. So if I was you, I'd grab that cosmic surfboard that I constantly talk about and I would ride that baby all the way home. So obviously, because of this surge in awakening, there's going to be peaks and troughs of energies through this year, exactly like 2023. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it has been like a rocky road. I don't know if any of you remember the program, Long Distance Clara. Like, she used to bob along hills like this, and that's how it has felt to us. Through 2023, particularly. 2022 was bad enough, but 2023 got a whole heap rockier. And it's very important that we recognize that, you know, there are many different realities coexisting at the same time right now. Like, I could be sat next to somebody who is witnessing exactly the same as me, and they will have a completely different experience to the one that I'm experiencing, because I choose love, I choose abundance, I choose positivity. That person might be sat there in lack, and of course they're going to have a totally different experience to what I am living through. So these energies are going to be dependent on where collective consciousness is. Okay, there's going to be multiple timelines running at exactly the same time, and what you choose is how you are going to exist. Now, please just remember that all of these timelines are running concurrently, and we can coexist in them. So a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, oh my God, what if my mum doesn't make it through? No, it's not going to be like that. It's just, you're going to have you're going to be like, wow, I thought I knew that person and I don't. It's going to be that kind of energy. It's not that you're never going to see them again. I mean, some people will. You know, I truly believe that when ascended masters and stuff have reached their nirvana, they just disappear. It's not that they die, they just disappear. They disappear into thin air because their vibration is much higher now. And there is a reason why we are shifting vibrationally as a bit of a backup plan. So there's going to be a big surge with authority and leadership, and this is going to create quite a lot of dismay in 2024. Now, I know that there's elections and things like that. Expect shocks where things are concerned in that area. I truly believe that there's going to be big shocks in the political world. I believe there's going to be big shocks around authority and leadership. The truth is going to come out, and there is nowhere else for it to go. There is, a lot of people are so blinkered in what they think. They're not actually looking logically and pragmatically around what is truly happening. And 2024 is going to make sure that that comes up for review, because there's a lot of people out there that are projecting that they are leaders and they are trying to stamp their authority when actually they've got no power to do so. And it's only because we've given them the power. You know, I'm very much of the opinion it's two wings of the same bird. You know, that's kind of my opinion. We're going to have an abundance of light activities taking place on the planet, which is going to increase our vibrations even further than they are. You know, we have no choice, really. We are continually, rapidly changing our frequency. And this is something that we've never had to deal with before in a human vessel, not even if we were born 500 years ago, like in a different incarnation or something. Like, we've never had to go through this. So those of us that have been on this journey for a while, we have kind of been a little bit climatized, for want of better words, to the kind of frequency and changes. And let me tell you straight, you know, that's not easy. There's days where I literally have to lie down on the floor and I'm like, wow, these energies are so intense. So bearing that in mind, we must be gentle. We must be kind to the people who are just starting their awakening journey. We must not judge them. We must not say, hey, what's taking you so long? Because that is a divisional culture. We are not here to do that. We are here to literally create such a huge amount of love that we can shift the planet on its axis, and we can just genuinely step into this vibration that we never, ever need to step out of again, you know, at least for the next 10,000 years, and I'm not going to incarnate again. I've made my decision. So they can try and send me back. I am not coming back. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like, this is going to be the world that I leave behind in peace, you know? So remember, if you are somebody who started on your journey a long time ago, please have empathy, please have compassion, because I don't know about you guys, but I am so super grateful that I started my awakening journey 10 years ago. Waking up to the truth right now, and then on top of that, the vibrations and the constant bombardment is a challenge, knowing what's going on. So let's be like really, really compassionate and loving towards those people who are just waking up, because my goodness gracious me, I would not swap my role with them for any amount of money in the world. Let me tell you straight. Okay, so we do not need to panic in 2024, but we are not out of the woods in regards to medical situations. Let's call it that. Okay, please do not panic. Everything is coming to the surface that needs to come to the surface. Everything is serving us. It is going to serve a purpose. Remember, every single bad thing that's ever happened in your life, down the line, you've gone, oh my goodness, that's why that had to happen. You know, I said it with my granddad. If my granddad hadn't passed in 2013, God rest his soul, I would not have woken up. So as much as that was an awful, horrific situation, like awful, I'm so grateful. Likewise, my best friend in 2016, when he had that horrific accident and just died. Like my nephew in 2017, who was 5, he was holding his dad's hand and he got killed. Like every single, you know, tragedy that has taken place has actually now, when I look back, served a massive purpose. So anything that unfolds in 2024, keep your calm. Remember, there is no need to panic. As I mentioned a minute ago, I don't know why I've written this twice, but leaders and countries are going to be exposed. Maybe it's the country element that I didn't talk about, but there are leaders in all sorts of different countries around the world that are going to be exposed. And I actually see later on in 2024, maybe the start of 2025, I actually see quite a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Heinous activity towards leaders that they want gotten rid of. Read between the lines, if you don't mind, ladies and gents. We've got a whole new heap of light codes coming in. They are going to be impacting our energy field. We are going to be shifting very quickly, as I mentioned before. We're going to be riding the waves of 2024 on our cosmic surfboards, ladies and gents. There is no way away from it. We've got more energy hitting us than we have ever had to deal with before, and we have got to balance it. A massive part of what I've been talking about offline to my team and things like that for 2024 is about balance. Been talking about it for a good few months now. Like 2024 is the year of the balance. 2024 is about bringing divine masculine and divine feminine into alignment. It's really about recognizing what has taken place in humanity's history with Mother Nature to divide these energies that they reside within every single one of us. So we have to bring the balance back for us to be able to be balanced. 2024 is the decision year. Do the work, fully immerse in it, as 2025 is the year of change. It's level up or step away time. And I'm serious about that. If you want to level up, recognize who's holding you back, give them an opportunity, give them 2 opportunities, you make your decisions on that. But if they are not going to level up with you, then you step away from it. You could be doing yourself a massive disservice in 2024 for the life that you're going to live in 2025. So my recommendation would be be aware very, very clearly who is with you and who is working against you. I feel like I've literally just been going blah, 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 through the whole of this video, so I'm sorry. I'll just take a breath for a moment. Chaos is going to be the name of the game. We are going to get to a point in 2024 where it is going to be bumpy. Now, we need the chaos to bring the calm. Now, this could look politically, this could look medically, this could look educationally. Aside from that as well, we've got Mother Nature who is going to purge big time. I'm hearing reports of back in the United Kingdom that there is like gale force winds, tornadoes, storms. So it sounds as if Mother Nature is already purging in readiness for 2024. However, expect super heightened activity. The systems are going to collapse. War is going to be increasing. There's going to be more distractions than you've ever known. Like the wars are being placed there to stop people unifying. It's literally to create a divide. And that's a physical playing out. You know, it's physically playing out so that it can take your attention away from the coming together. Now, Mother Nature is pissed about this, so she's going to start purging. There's going to be more volcanoes. There's going to be a lot of flooding. I see masses and masses of flooding. And unfortunately, when I say that, it tends to happen quite quickly after that. So I'm just going to send my love to absolutely everyone around the world, and just please, please, please look after yourselves, because this is a big purge that's going to be taking place. Now, just coming back to healing very, very quickly, there's going to be a huge battle of the ego mind in 2024. So as I was saying earlier about the shadow elements of yourself, we're going to be stepping out of the thinking and into the feeling. And it's not easy. It's not easy for people that already that get the sense that we're moving into our hearts rather than into our heads. So now imagine it for the people that have not quite got their head around that yet. Like leaning into making decisions from your heart rather than your head, which has been controlling you and keeping you safe and allowing you to procrastinate and allowing you to stay in lack and allowing you to stay weak and feeble. And, you know, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. We have been able to remain distracted fully by our ego minds. Consciousness is being held back. I know it pisses people off when I say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Consciousness has been held back by the ego mind. Oh yeah, but if I step out of that movement, then I'm not going to earn the money. If I don't hang out with that person, then I'm not going to. And this is what is coming to the surface. The truth is coming out. And if you pay close attention, there is so much infighting. There is so much backstabbing and bitching. And everybody is starting to see it. If you remain in the ego mind, if you remain driven by the ego, then you are going to be part of the greater divide. Recognize your victim mentality. Quit justifying your behaviors. We have to stop blaming. It's you. You've called every single piece of this in. For some bizarre reason, your soul wanted to go on this journey. And you were like, yeah, I'll happily do it. You just forgot. The victim ego is doing its best to take as many people down as possible. So please, from my heart to yours, do the freaking work. Do the work. We've lost so many people in 2023. We've lost so many people over the last 3 or 4 years. Let's get our mental state better by coming from our heart and really making a difference here. Now, there's a couple of places that have come up specifically, so I'm going to mention them. Eastern Europe has come up as a pivotal place in 2024, and Australia has come up as, I'm going to say, a country that is going to potentially have some destruction. The other place as well, I feel that there's going to be a lot of anger towards and a lot of isolation is China. I don't watch any news. I don't watch any of that stuff, but these are the areas, these are the countries that I have been given. I don't know who's friends with who. I just don't know. And I don't, with all due respect, I don't care anymore. I don't live in that world whereby I'm interested in politics or who's doing this or he said, she said. I don't know any of that. So if you guys know anything about Eastern Europe, Australia and China and what's going on there, or, you know, why these might be pivotal places, then please do comment and let us know. We are about to witness soul paths and journeys taking place literally in front of us. Now, what comes with this is when we step into our soul path, to be able to truly immerse in it and to truly surrender, you know, like on your proper soul mission, you have to recognize your victimhood, your healing. So all of this stuff kind of like comes together. It all comes together in a really, really, really beautiful, in a beautiful way. So I want you guys to recognize how your body is reacting to the light codes that are coming in. Like, some people are growing, some people are losing weight, some people are eating, some people are not eating. Remember that your body will create inflammation. It will create inflammation to let you know what is going on. And these higher frequencies that we're living through, they are creating chaos for us internally as well as externally. If you're not recognizing your trauma, then it's going to be the inflammation on the inside that creates you the dis-ease in your body, so that you take the time to actually recognize it. There is going to be a surge in electricity, ladies and gents. Now, what I mean by this is the fact that we are becoming much more electric. Now, I've had lots of really weird things going on in the last few months. I've had to have electricians out and things like that, and they're like, there's absolutely nothing wrong, but things aren't working. And I get it, you know, like, I get it. There's a surge in electricity in myself. So things pop and things break and things, you know, that kind of thing. But when you've got an electrician coming in saying there's absolutely nothing wrong, it's quite embarrassing. But you know what, it is what it is. Now, along the lines of electricity, we are in a much faster timeline where innovation and creativity is available to us. So 2024 is going to see some things that we probably thought we'd never see in our lifetime come to surface. Now, I'm not saying all of these things are good, but I'm just saying that this is what's happening. This is what they were showing me. Like, there is masses of you know, some of the things that I was shown, I was like, seriously, are we really going there? But you know what, I trust that everything is happening for us, not against us. So I'm just going to continue with that. Now, this might be quite interesting for some of you. I was shown very clearly that the karma of Atlantis is unfolding. We need to remember that technology and consciousness must rise together. We cannot get overzealous. And this is why we need to be very, very aware of the AI. For those of you that know the history of Atlantis and Lumeria, technology overruled, and that was the downfall of it. So please bear this in mind. Okay, please bear this in mind. I know everybody wants a shortcut. I know everybody loves social media and everybody's loving AI and things like that. I mean, some of the pictures that get created and that get used on Instagram and things like that for AI, it's just wild that they're not real, but you know, that's what's happening right now. Technology is here to assist our evolution, not overtake us. And this is a point that really, I hope that you bear in mind through 2024. Tech is going to be used against us in 2024. They are going to try their best to control our phones, our laptops. And this is all karma from Atlantis that we're going to be clearing out. Now, I mentioned the divine feminine and divine masculine balance earlier. Now, this is Lumeria karma, because Lumeria is actually where the breakdown took place. And what's fascinating is the more I lean into the Lumeria energies, I can actually see it playing out in this lifetime, how people are inverting it and how they are trying to take people off using these energies. It's fascinating. So Lumeria is where the divine feminine and divine masculine were set against each other. That's what I've channeled. And it's just been a perpetual cycle since then. It was a competition. It was the competitive nature. It was the comparison. It was the get one upmanship. It was the get one over, that kind of thing. So that has been a perpetual cycle ever since that in 2024, we are going to say no and we are going to put a stop to it, which is exciting. Authority is going to definitely be challenged in 2024 without a shadow of a doubt. Things like politics are going to be shown very clearly that they've been holding us back. We're going to get the memo so clearly during this awakening that politics are toxic masculine energy. Doesn't matter if it's a woman at the forefront of it, like it's toxic masculine energy. We are competing, or at least under the illusion that there's two different sides to it, but there's not. Like I said earlier, they're two wings to one bird, and it is just a competitive, toxic masculine energy that is creating that. It's our year for discernment. It's our year for going inwards. It's our year for going with the flow and hopping on that divine cosmic surfboard. The new earth is going to be born out of chaos. It has to be born out of chaos. There is no way it can come from peace. If we resist unity consciousness, we will not be able to be welcomed into the new earth. How can we resist something which is about unification and then want peace and harmony? You've got some choices to make. Who do you follow? What do you feed? Whatever you feed is going to grow. If that is drama, if that is perpetual fear, that's going to grow. If it's love, that's going to grow. Please recognize that we have all chosen our path, and 2024 is almost like a gift to us to really cement where we are, how we feel, what we're doing. Now, there's been a lot of prophecies unfold in 2023. That's going to continue through 2024. So do not be surprised as the more of that unfolds. Like I'm finding it wild, the amount of talk that's coming out about Jesus, the pyramids, things like that, you know, like it's really intriguing, and it's all stuff that I've channeled a long time ago. And now all of a sudden the consciousness is coming in, the topics are being discussed. So please be aware that this is going to be a big talking point for 2024. You know, we are stepping forwards. We are leaning in. We are going to be going on this massive healing journey, and healing, you know, I spoke to Jamie about this today. You know, healing doesn't look like unicorns and rainbows and sparkly things. Healing looks like pain. Healing looks like that hurts. But I know the other side of this is going to be so worth it. We're under the illusion that healing just means, oh, I'm going to feel great, because, you know, you go and see a Reiki healer and they make you feel great for an hour. But the truth of the matter is, you know, we've got healing is not nice. It means acknowledging your shadow. It means acknowledging where you've held yourself back and then stepping forwards. And it's not always easy. Ladies and gents, I hope you've enjoyed this last video of 2023. I want to say once again, thank you so much for your time, your love, your efforts and your energy through 2023. I have loved being here with you guys. I cannot wait to bring more content to the surface during 2024, and yeah, just really taking this journey to the next level. I love you guys to the moon and stars. Have the most amazing New Year's Eve, whatever you get up to. I'm really excited to see it in 2024. I'm going to say a fond farewell to 2023 and skip into 2024. So whatever it is that you're doing, from my heart to yours, I love you to the moon and stars, and I will catch you next year. Lots of love, guys. Have the most beautiful evening and a great start to the new year. See you on Monday at 5 for Lucy Davis Live.